Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Angela if you have not met me yet, and today we have a really super cool video planned. I wanted to take a moment and kind of just describe what the Disney College Program is for all of my new subscribers and for all of my family that's watching, especially those on Facebook. The Disney College Program can be a little big to grasp, and also there's a lot of moving facets into it, and also why would you want to live in an amusement park. So I am just going to go over what the Disney College Program is. So if you are my family, if you are new subscribers, or if you're just interested in what the Disney College Program is, then keep watching. So first I'm going to go on my laptop and show you the actual official Disney definition for the Disney College Program. I do want to share my new laptop case. It is so cute. I'll do an actual video on my stickers that I use for my laptop and where I get them from. But I'm going to be using my laptop with this awesome case. Okay, so I'm on the website. If you just go to disneycollegeprogram.com, you'd be able to see this yourself. But I'm just going to read off what the website says in terms of what the Disney College Program is. So it says, as a Disney College Program participant, you'll become part of the magic that is known worldwide, gain valuable on-the-job experience working in our parks and resorts, participate in college coursework, and have the opportunity to meet and live with people from all over the country and potentially the world in a company-sponsored housing. This truly unique 5 to 7 month program allows participants to network with leaders, take part in personal and career development classes, and build transferable skills such as problem solving, teamwork, guest service, and effective communication. So that's the umbrella, very formal definition of the Disney College Program. To kind of sum all that up, it's just an internship program that you're there for 4 to 7 months in, and then you're going to be working in the parks. For me, my program is 7 months, and I get there right before summer starts, and then I'll be there through the holidays, and I am super excited about that. But in broad brushstrokes, that is what it is. There are 3 components to the Disney College Program. There's living, learning, and earning. You'd have the option to live in now 5 different housing resorts. It's Chatham, Patterson, the Commons, Vista Way, and then now Flamingo Crossings. I'm not sure if it'll be available for fall 2020 arrivals. I'm not sure if it's only being offered to spring extensions, but it is going to be an option very, very soon. And depending on what your needs are and what your budget is, you can pick which or put preference in what housing you would like to be in. There's also different roommates, so you can have anywhere between no roommates, honestly, to about 5 other girls that you'd be living with, or if you guys 5 other guys, and that's basically it. I could do another video on housing and things to consider when choosing and putting preference in your housing. Right now, for me personally, I prefer a 4-person apartment, just so there's 3 other girls. It's not super overwhelming like a 6-person apartment, but also I'd be able to have friends that I can just have cool activities with, and I know that there are going to be other people in the complex as well. And I currently have preference in Chatham and the Commons, mainly because the Commons has laundry, and also I didn't want to stay at Vista Way because I do know that's a little run down, but I do know people that have gone to Vista Way and they loved it and they had nothing but nice things to say about it. So again, it just comes to our personal preference. I personally do not mind paying a little extra more and bringing savings with me in order to get just a little bit of a nicer apartment. The next part is learning. So the Disney College Program doesn't have actual long classes like they used to, but now they have seminars and talks. So there's 2 different areas. Honestly, I think one's exploring Disney and the other one relates to more professional things. So the Exploring Disney part, you can have access to backstage areas, you can have a more in-depth history of any part of the parks, And the other side, I know that there are some courses in building a resume and how to network and leadership 101. So those things can really aid you and also be really good for networking. The only thing I would be a little wary of and just keep in mind is that a lot of them don't transfer to actual college credits. So you just want to talk with your advisor before doing anything, and also before applying for the program, just to see what they can offer and what they can work with in terms of the Disney College program. And the last step is the one that is most recognized, is earning. So while you are there, although it is not the best pay in the world, it is an internship, so I mean, something is better than nothing. Earning is where you'll be working in the parks and resorts, and that's probably the most anticipated part of the living, learning, and earning kind of trifecta. And you find out where you'll be working about a week before you arrive. So for me, I know that I'll be a PhotoPass photographer, but I don't know where I'm going to be working at, or what park I'm going to be working at, or what I'm going to be scheduled for until later down the line, about 1 week before I arrive. So I know a bunch of people have been asking me about where I'm working, and I don't even know. So I'll let you know when I know. There are a bunch of different roles for earning. I can go more into roles in a different video, but the most common few, they're called high need roles, but it would be housekeeping, quick service food and beverage, house person, and lifeguard. So those are the high need areas where if you put that on your interest page, which I honestly put a couple of them on my interest, like level of interest, it's a good chance that you'd be considered for it. But there's also a bunch of other cool roles. So for me, I put very high interest in PhotoPass, and I talked about it a lot in my phone interview, which you can see on my YouTube page. There's also attractions, which I know a few of my friends are in right now. My future roommate will be a merchandise college programmer. I know a bunch of other people that are doing custodial and bill services and front desk and Cedar, and a bunch of roles that really resonate with them, and also roles that Disney felt best highlighted their strengths. Something I do want to add is that once the recruiter gives you your offer and they give you your role, you cannot change your role, and that's what you're locked into. The only exception, I think, is that if you fail your lifeguard test, they usually put you in a different role instead of sending you home. So I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, that most people go to quick service food and beverage or custodial, one of those high need roles, but honestly I've also seen people do attractions, so I think it's just whatever they need people for. And now we're gonna go into cost. So there is a cost to do the Disney College program, but it's not like you pay to be there. It's more just as a deposit for the first couple of weeks of your housing. So the cost that I paid for the Disney College program when I accepted my offer was $390, and that would cover any housing events that I attend, because obviously it takes money to run the housing events, the first couple of weeks of my housing while I get my first paycheck, and I think it's just like a security deposit. So I was fine paying that. I do know that some people, it's a little bit of a problem for others, and my biggest suggestion is to be saving up now so that when you get your offer, like, you already have that money set aside. I've seen people not do that, and then they're in a really tricky situation where they have to come up with $390 in 7 days, which can be very, very stressful. So if you already anticipate that expense and save in advance, it's going to be a lot easier on you. Also, you should be bringing money with you when you're in the program. The official Disney website encourages you to bring, I'm looking at it now, about $300 to $400. I've seen people bring a few grand. Honestly, it just depends on your expectations on what you want to buy. So for me, for example, like, I know that I want to get as much merch as possible. I want to match with my friends. I want to be able to do stuff without having to worry so much about money, and also just focus on my role and focus on learning as opposed to just like as a job. So I am bringing a bigger savings because I want to be able to have that flexibility when I'm down there and not have to worry so much about money. But I do know not everyone has that luxury or has the economic means to do that. So it really, again, just depends on your situation. There's also the question of bringing a car. I myself am bringing a car, and honestly, just seems better from what I've seen. The buses are a little unreliable, so I'm personally bringing a car, but I mean, it's up to you. Just remember that there are expenses when having a car, so you have to pay for gas if there's any damages to your car, or if your car needs work. It is 7 months, so something is bound to happen, honestly, knock on wood. But you have that. Again, this is why I have a big savings, because if something happens to my car also, like, I'd be able to fix it and use it, as opposed to just using the buses. So I already touched a lot in my last video on getting into the Disney College program, so I'm not really going to go much into that. But the Disney College program is a really good opportunity, and I hope a lot of this answered your questions. Please don't get discouraged if you don't get in the first try. It took me 5 times. The recruiter said that about 25,000 people apply every single season, and a small percentage, I think someone calculated it at like 2% that it got in. For me, for the PhotoPass role, about 50 to 75 people, from what I've seen, got accepted out of that 25,000, which is less than a 1% acceptance rate for my role. So I'm very thankful that I got in my role. I've cried so many tears in the past couple of months, but just know that it is highly selective, and it definitely is an internship, and it's not just a place to play when you're down in the parks, which of course, if you're on your days off, play as much as you want, like you live in Disney World, take advantage of it. But first and foremost, this is an internship and a job, so you want to treat it as such. I hope that answered any questions you may have. Again, my kind of description closely more matches to the Florida Disney College program as opposed to the California Disney College program. I'm not too familiar with the California program, but if you want to look more into that, I'm sure there are tons of YouTube videos on that. If you like my YouTube video, be sure to like, comment if you're doing the Disney College program, if you're applying, if this helped at all, if you have any more questions, I would love to answer them, and share with your friends. 90% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so it really mean a lot. We have reached 310 subscribers, which is amazing considering that I was at 100 subscribers like not so long ago. So we are definitely growing, we are definitely a family, so thank you so much for supporting me on my journey. I will link my Instagram, and as well as any other videos I might find helpful that I'll encourage you to watch as well if you are looking into the Disney College program, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!